Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it and we delivered. We are back. Welcome to The Cage, live in Costa Rica. I'm your host, Justin Kelly, along with the one and only Hop Grenade, aka Scott Moskowitz. This is so exciting. This cage set up a little differently than the last cage. So this cage specifically is going to be multiple day ones. Now, thinking about the last cage, we all know that it was a really cool kind of hybrid cash game setup tournament, but it was just one day and then the day two. This time, it is going to be, wait for it here, say hi, 3-day ones. So 3 day ones, day 1A, day 1B, day 1C. Now, every single day you have the ability to sit down with a 5K buy-in. You can follow it up then with an additional 5K rebuy or add-on. So you can play each day one and all stacks move forward. Potentially, you could fire this. For people like Chris Moneymaker, this is going to be a $30,000 tournament. Let's put it that way. How about that?
Right, and for people, can we reveal names? Am I allowed to say, like, you know?
Yes.
Like,
this cage.
For people like Durr, this is a micro stakes event.
Yeah, this is going to be insane. So I'm thinking, I know the action that we had before in these cage events, essentially, where it was just day one day, and you could have a 5K buy-in and a 5K add-on. And now you're going to have the ability for both of those on 3 separate days. And you know, DGen's going to DGen, poker player's going to fire. So I think if we had somebody cash out in previous cages with 40, 50, 60, 70K plus, there's no reason why somebody in this cage can't leave with several $100,000. Oh, look at that. Ebony's coming to the table, and look at Ebony's fresh hair, looking good. She's been growing out her hair recently. Now, obviously, I would say about 90% of that is not her hair, but she is looking real good. Happy to have her at the table. She's been crushing lately, absolutely crushing everything she touches, and I couldn't be more proud of that lovely Ebs.
Oh, she has jacks. Ouchie.
Oh, wow. Game on.
And that's a 3-bet. So Anthony, considering, do we 4-bet the kings now? You know me, I'm a nit. I 4-bet here every time, but
yeah,
players better than me might not. And Ebony, I think, maybe just got a indication that jacks could not be good here. Although, of course, he could have, like, ace king, etc. So she is going to go with it.
Like she is going to toss in a plaque. Oh, I'm scared for what this flop could be here. Interesting spot. That queen giving Ebony hopefully enough to potentially just get out of trouble here against Anthony's kings. But then again, she doesn't give up easily, so we will see how this goes.
Anthony loves that flop.
Not mad about that. Thinking all the different queen X combos he can get value from here. As long as there's no ace, I guess he loves that flop regardless, right?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, he's never checking back here. And Ebony could just get away from it now, but like you said, she does not give up easily. Would he play ace king this way? Probably. He's not going to check that back, is he?
Exactly. So yeah, Ebony with the soul reads here, thinking, is it too early also to start hero calling? And it is not. She's going to let it go.
She does get away from it. Yeah. Minimal damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever. 4 1/4. It is, getting up there in the 10% of your stack range if you're only sitting with 5. Now, I don't know if Ebony elected to use her rebuy yet or add-on yet. I don't think she did. So she potentially could still add on if she wants to. If she takes potentially another hit or two to her stack, she might consider adding on just to have some ammo to build up,
Why do I get the feeling we're going to see a lot of Ebony versus Phil?
We're going to see a lot of Ebony versus everybody at the table. She's just very comfortable in her game, and she knows where she's at. She plays the player. So she is okay with having a pretty high VPIP and getting involved when she thinks she has an edge.
I think that flop went check, and they both have air. These are the type of battles you live for.
And Jackball on the river is just going to seal that up there for Ebbs.
Well, maybe Phil's going to try and take it from her.
And that is not going to work in Phil's favor here.
Yeah, you think she's just going to look him up?
So yeah, those black chips are indeed hundreds. What did this go? Did this literally just go check all the way down and then 7 on the river?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, now Phil's trying to steal it from her. And Ebony says, no, 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 no.
That's not going to happen. It is funny when you get some of these pots where it just goes, relatively very passively all the way down, check, 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 and then all of a sudden the river is just like a check raise monster, and you're like, what happened to this pot? Like, where did this come from?
Yeah. You have 8-9 of diamonds here somehow? I don't see it. Oh, bet on Drew. What's up, dude? He's correcting us. And actually, this one is in the main poker room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Good to see you, bet on Drew.
Drewby in the house. I believe, like I said earlier, Drewby is going to be playing on Friday. So he's going to take a few days off, feel fresh, come in, swinging. Drew, fresh off the heels of non-stop travel, actually. Drew was over, of course, at the punter's pad all summer. Then went from there over to London for some high-stakes Triton action along with some World Series of Poker stuff. Then probably takes one quick breath and then is right back over in Costa Rica. So non-stop travel for Bet on Drew. And John Party, for that matter, as well.
Pretty good flop for Chris with his ace-8 off from under the gun.
Calls. Calls. 3 players. Check.
And there it is. Finds that 10.
Check.
Gin card. Joe Williams still with the mystery hand.
Fabian betting his open-ender into the already made straight. Are you raising here if you're Chris? Yeah, he is. I would too.
Yeah, I mean, oh God, if a king rolls off, you say there's no way you actually have Jack Queen here, right? I mean,
yeah, this would be a pretty sick spike if, for one, he has to call and then he has to make it. We'll see if he can accomplish one or both of those things.
So Bet on Drew, how is the vibe around there, man? How's all the players hanging out? How's the vibe around the casino? Fill us in on the behind the scenes, man, the 411.
And the 2 of pumpkins doesn't mean crap to anybody.
I still use that term, the deuce of pumpkins, the deuce of nothingness.
That's an old Jay Carverism, keeping it alive.
I like it.
Bets. 850. False.
Pretty good outcome there for ace-8 off. Tough hand to play, but it gets easier when you make it straight.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much ace-8 off randomly. I do not mind making the 1 card straight right there.
Players.
Ebony feeling frisky with the open under the gun.
Check.
8-6, and that's suboptimal flop for her.
Bets 100.
It's pretty good feeling here if you're Chris, who just got done making a straight with ace-8. And he raises, and that might actually blow her right off here.
Calls.
And she oh my God. This game is so stupid. Absolutely the worst case scenario for poor Ebony here on the river.
Bets 325.
That is the look of a woman who thinks she just spiked gin.
Clocks in. Calls.
And just the call from Ebony. Of course, she has outs. It's thin. That ain't it.
That ain't it at all. Now, the real question is, value-wise, where are we at? 1,300 in the pot. What is Chris going to fire out here?
Clocks in.
He's definitely looking at making the bet. Ooh, that's a 1K plaque. 1,100 it is.
Close to a pot-sized bet, trying to get value from a good queen she might have. Little does he know she actually has a 6. Now, obviously, Ebony is going to call. The question is she going to try to value raise if Chris has king queen?
It's going to be interesting. Is it like, a part of you has to think, is it too early to start getting out of line here in day one, or is that even out of line move here? Let's find out.
10 left.
She's normally got a pretty good finger on the pulse. I think she just might find a call here.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, that means she will. So when you hear them count down, that means they will use a time card.
So that's what she's just considering. Is this a value raise spot?
Yeah. I'm really
I think they were trying to get her to give the time bank card, like hand it over, and Ebony's like,
you know what?
Give me a second.
Well, and you know what? You know what it is. It's just one of those things where if you haven't been a dealer with time banks before, then you just don't know, right? So that's fair.
Yeah.
Let her know, and all's good.
Just a call. Yeah.
She will see the
Yeah.
bad news. Well, good thing she didn't come in and find that raise.
You can see her poker instincts on display there, though. She hates it. It's like
Oh, yeah.
she's like
Oh, yeah.
she's like I can't fold here, but like I just don't win. I just don't win this hand.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is
I
folding
know
there is just
exactly
too
how much
nitty and too
time
exploitable.
I have to-
This is great. So the difference between this and past cages, like I said, couple upgrades here. We now have 30-second shot clocks. We got time banks, as you saw was used earlier, and we learned how to use them and not use them. And then we now have multiple starting days, which means that you can fire up to 10K each starting day, and there's 3 of them, and then your stacks combine into day 2. So I am looking forward to seeing there's got to be at least one person who fires 10K all 3 days. There's got to be. There's no way there won't be, right? So yeah, and regardless of how much they take into day 2, there's got to be somebody who does that. So I'm really looking forward to just sweating how this all turns out over the next few days. And we'll work on getting a number of how many. Oh, you can actually see right there, 33 runners in today. So 33 runners in a day. Now, we don't know if that's just the 5K or 5K with an add-on. But 33 runners just today. We're going to get more and more tomorrow and the next day. So this is going to be sick. There's probably going to be I don't even know. Let's see, 30. There's probably going to be 700K in play, maybe something like that. Like a lot.
Sure.
Big money.
Big money.
Big flop there for Fabian. And he's what a phenomenal spot he's in. If Anthony makes his straight card, Fabian fills up. So he is damn near bulletproof here.
I've been to Vancouver.
Sit one pass. Sorry.
Anthony is choosing to raise the straight draw. He's out of position, and it's only a gut shot.
Okay.
He's just trying to take the hand down right now. I think it's fair to say it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, gotta happen this time.
Yeah, Canada was pretty straight.
Naga.
I knew I fed you that joke. Not gonna win this pot, that's for sure.
You sets him up, I knocks him down. King means nothing. Anthony is very happy to not see a 9, even though he doesn't know it.
Yeah. It's like you don't know that it's good to miss your draw sometimes. You're like, oof, glad that didn't come.
He's in a tough spot here. He represented
10 seconds.
the 7 that Fabian actually has on the flop.
She's 6 bet 650.
Feels weird.
$650.
The less they give a shit.
Yeah, I'm in Texas. So.
Okay, yeah.
So he is going to follow up on that display of strength by leading out turn. Makes perfect sense. If you're Fabian, do you raise
It
here?
was pretty strict on
10 seconds.
Weird spot. I'm thinking I probably do.
Businesses would be closed for a period of time. Only pick up, delivery, restaurants.
And that's... Oh, he's just going to hit him with a flat.
5, 4.
Thankfully, it's obviously a place you can do a lot of
He
stuff.
probably, he just can't think of a lot of river cards he's going to hate. So the call makes sense.
It's gonna make you poop.
And
That would be one of them, though.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Even you don't know you're still good, but you're just like, great. If we were both just limping along and you were calling me with top pair on the flop, right? You just got there. It's just rough because you're like, I don't care if you have a jack. I'll get all of the value from jack. And then the tables turn.
Upon reflection, I think he'll realize how unlikely a jack actually is here, though, because I don't think Anthony would be raising flop with just a jack very often. But yeah, I mean, a check here makes total sense. Anthony is fortunate a 9 didn't come. And Fabian, you just that feeling so well, right? Where you're considering on the turn, you're like, should I raise here? And then you're like, no, don't go nuts. As long as there's no jack, why should I raise? And then you call him jack.
All right.
I know, right? And then what if you do raise there and then the jack hits the river? Then the pot's bigger. It's more apt for your opponent to be able to find a bluff there potentially. And you're like, yikes. So Chris from the hijack here going to open it up with king 10, and then look at this. Yeah, Fabian with a 3-bet, and then Phil waking up with a 4-bet. Now, Phil hasn't been I feel like Phil hasn't gotten too out of line from what we've seen, especially from what the other players have seen. So this is probably going to set off some alarm bells and send Fabian packing, and it sure does. It does feel good. If you guys have never played with blacks, even if you're playing a friggin' $2 home game, playing with blacks just makes you feel like you're straight out of a James Bond movie. It just does. Wow, a family pot. Our first family pot. Happy Thanksgiving. And that's a whole lot of... A family pot, and Ebony says, I'll be your family right here with all the ladies for the lady.
Check.
Check around.
Oh, God.
And
How about just drilling the monster on the turn? As if your hand wasn't good enough. Now you almost have all the best hands, all the outs, and you're like, what can my opponents have to call me?
Well, she's about to find out that answer is nothing. Yeah, exactly. Full. That's frustrating.
Yeah, where's the 10? Where's the 10 jack one time, please? Family pot, you just flop monster trips and then just turn about. Easy game.
16. 2 players.
Soon to be 32.
There you go.
Check.
And another Phil Ebony matchup. They both catch a little piece here. More than a little. Phil likes that.
100 bet.
I'm assuming we're going to see a check and a call here from Ebony.
Yeah, Ebony definitely never going anywhere with second pair against 1 bet here. See what the turn can bring us. And that's going to bring us a whole lot of nothing.
Check.
Check call again. Going way out on a limb with that prediction.
Bets 225.
Do you really have a king here, Phil?
Well, if anybody's going to chase down and find out, it's going to be Ebony. You better know that she does not like to fold lightly, so you better prove your case for your hand, my friends, if you think you're going to go bluffing her.
She's looking for a honey or a 10, and that ain't it.
Check.
Does Phil go for a third street of value? He's been called twice. Yep.
Bet.
Now it looks like a bluff.
450.
What you got?
It's like, not much has changed here. We're still just rocking our king. And can he get some more value is the real question.
No, now she believes him. Good fold by Ebony. That river bet really feels like a bluff.
He tried his best to get all that value there.
Six call. Heads up. $80.
So nice looking flop for Phil's 8. Anthony caught a piece and is probably not going to fold to 1 bet here.
The old all unders flop, huh? Classic.
6 call.
Let's see another street. Anthony's going to need some assistance. Neither one of them is going to like that 6 that much. And Anthony's now going to take the lead.
Bet $300.
The random lead out on 4th into the aggressor.
10 seconds. That's it, 1 call.
Yeah, that's a good call by Phil. He smells a rat, and he makes his straight anyway. That's Anthony might think this is a chop and try to get crafty right now. Unlucky spot for him.
Oh my God, yeah, with that board texture for sure.
Yeah, he is
coming
going
in
to
and go for it, and then you think when Phil raises, depending on what he puts in there, He's like, is this? Oh, there you go. Snap, snap.
8.
I was gonna say, he's like, is he just trying to exploit board texture and blow me off? You know, like, is it gonna get
100%.
weird?
Yeah,
Am I
he's trying to
calling for
blow
a
him off a
chop?
chop. Yep. Yep, and Phil with the snap call didn't consider a raise. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I might have thought like he would consider that at least for a moment. You know, maybe.
Yeah. I might
it
have
is
considered a raise there.
Maybe it is a chop. Like let's say Phil has 2 10s instead of 2 8s, and it is a chop. Maybe a raise blows your opponent who is just trying to blow you off a chop. You know. But,
Or
Phil
you
just
open
kinda
the
went
floodgates and they get
natural.
way out of line, and they, you know what I mean, and then you just regret your life choices that you raised. So there's both sides of that, obviously.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
it
going
makes
to ask.
it all
This
makes
hand,
sense,
right? Yeah.
and it all
yeah.
doesn't
Paying
simultaneously.
5,000 more for this hand.
And Fabian's, one of those hands that you really just, you're compelled from the depths of your soul to see a flop. And
I
so
know,
even though
it's
he's
just
kinda
such a
played out of
sweet looking
position,
hand.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
this
that's gonna
could
be
get him in trouble
for him.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit 5 check.
That's the thing, is you spike this and you're like, all right, we got a piece of it. All right, you know, short of anything my opponent rocking some like ace-10 suited, we might be all right here. But this could get him in trouble, although it could earn him some monies if he can find another 10 or 9 here against queens. So let's see how this goes.
We're gonna, I'm sure, see one. He's gonna have another shot at finding what he wants because I can't imagine him making that call pre and then folding now.
Never.
So, but if, of course, it's tough. It's you got 3-bet, so the notion of your opponent having something like ace-10 or queen-queen or king-king is very possible, and
Sit 5 check.
that card might save him. Might be the end of the
Yeah,
hand
likewise.
here.
Likewise, just, yeah, queens, I mean, hopefully he's just going to run with it, but he's thinking like, oh, God, as long as my opponent doesn't have 10 jack. Snap bets, 2 blue plaques there. 1K into the middle. And it is going to let it go there. Yeah, sometimes, you're like, I don't like that jack. I'm like, trust me, you like that jack. It saved you money.
Yep. Johnny Ringo. The road to Knit City goes through Costa Rica. Yeah, but it goes through with your windows up, and they certainly don't stop at this event.
Sit 5 raise 75.
That was train fake laugh number 5.
That was a real laugh. Stop it. You stop it. That was a real laugh. I enjoyed that. You stop. You'll know when it's fake. I'll tell you it's fake.
Sit 3 call.
I'm just fine with my table.
Check.
Fabian going to check his ace. A little bit of a wet board there for ace-3
One
off.
bet 105.
But, of course, he does have the best of it here. Phil caught a little piece. And it got checked to him, so bet makes total sense, and pretty standard call here from Fabian, and on to the turn we go.
Heads up. Sit 5
Wet
check.
board gets wetter. Phil picks up a heart draw. Fabian's still with the best hand, though.
Sit 1 check.
And it goes check, check. Neither one of them love it, and Phil finds the flush.
I can hear that long car laugh in the background. All the stars in there today. You can hear them.
Sit 1 bet 700.
And that's going to be it. I don't see Fabian calling here. But it is Phil. And you hate to throw away top per.
Any hand against Phil, really,
10 seconds. Call.
Oh, he does call. Yeah, he doesn't believe Phil. Phil's going to show him the Jack of Hearts.
He's like, was sure I had a heart.
And there you go. Look at that. We got a couple overs and a gutter along with open-ended for Chris.
Sit 3 check, I mean.
Could get a little spicy here.
It's a really good flop for Chris, calling a raise out of the small blind. He's going to have to maneuver here out of position, though.
It just sucks. Grinding the short stuff.
Sit 6 bet 125.
So we're going to have a follow or a continuation bet here from Anthony with his gutter ball.
It's like the only tournament ever that
doesn't
See,
promote
three
you
call.
putting more money in it, like after you.
Indeed, he does. And the 3 of pumpkins, meaningless.
Once you're in, right? And that's it, right? You get an MMA cage. There's no trick.
And Anthony figures a check back here
350
is no good. He still just has queen high. See if another bet is good enough to just take her down. Maybe not. No, Chris has the best hand. So yeah, he is going to continue one more street, and we'll see if he can somehow get to a showdown. Seems hard. Another brick.
Like, reach down, muster all the courage. Can we find a way? Survey says.
Survey says check, and it's just a matter of what Anthony's going to do. If Anthony can find another barrel, it's going to be good enough.
Is that weekend good or
See, 3 check.
more week after is like a
So sick for Anthony. He can only win with a bet. It's really his only option here, but he just hates it.
Cage we've been talking about for the last couple of years. Just gets this look. And then he kind of looks over.
Can he muster?
She's there, she's like, don't even think.
One time for the
Yes.
one time.
Yes, he can.
900.
And that bet is going to do it.
And Chris getting put in the tank a lot with some of these river bets and some of these choices. He's like, again, are they picking on me or do they just have it?
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's an impossible spot. I mean, DePaula would shove in this spot.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just
Human
over,
being.
right? Yeah. True. You just move on with life, right?
You don't have to win the pot from him.
I can say that to anyone.
Well done by Anthony. He bet every street with the worst hand and somehow found a way.
All right, the old ace, queen, ace 10 suited and some fives. We can have some fun with this board. Let's see where this takes us here.
And what do you do here? You know, you opened with ace queen from under the gun, which, you know me, I would have lit those cards on fire, but I'm a nit. Now Joe finds himself in a weird spot.
Call.
Yeah, you open under the gun, you get flatted, and then 3-bet from the small. Interesting spot. You got players all sorts behind you who could be getting weird and trappy too. You just don't really know, you know?
Like, yeah, it seems like every option is bad. Like, okay, so he chose he's just going to call here. Okay, it's awkward.
I'm with you. Every option is kind of bad. And this is going to entice here with the call. Everybody behind can never find the fold. Now they're just priced in, right?
Yep. Fabian just gets to set mine from the button here. This is just a phenomenal spot. Fabian is in the
Oh
captain
my God,
seat
yeah.
here. This
Yeah,
hand
if you
plays
find a
itself.
5, life is good. Not this
this
time.
time.
Now, but battle of
But-
the aces, some backdoor clubs, but we also don't know what Anthony has.
We do not. But Fabian, you know, obviously Fabian can just, now the hand's over for him. He doesn't even have to think about it. Seems hard for Anthony to have an ace. I wonder if he got really unlucky here with a couple of kings or something like that. Well, he does lead out into the table. And Joe caught the optimum flop for his hand, and especially for how he's played it so far. And he's just going to call. Makes sense. And what does Chris do here? Ay.
Chris, I mean, yeah, what's you sitting here, right? You got top pair. It's not the best kicker in the world. You got runner clubs, but you know it's going to get expensive. It's definitely not going to get cheaper here.
But how do you fold?
And he is going to find the call. Yeah, you can't fold, right? You got to peel one. You got to see the turn here.
3 players.
5s is an easy fold. Turn could be fun. How about queen of clubs make it spicy? Nah, we wish.
It is a bricky card, though. So, I mean, you know, what's Chris do now? Now is he going to fold? I guess I have
Gonna
to
get
get
weird.
to him first. Yeah. So, yeah, now that check from Anthony, I figured Joe figures that's a green light. I must have the best hand here. Unless, did Anthony bet? I didn't see it.
I'm waiting for the
No,
catch
he
up table
checked, yeah,
cam as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, he checked. So Joe's now trying to figure out what to bet.
Bet.
So about what is that? About a half pot bet, a little over half pot from Anthony, or I mean from Joe. And this is
Yeah,
just
now
a
Chris back in the
ridiculous
same spot again, dude, right? You know, he's back in the same spot.
He knows he's not. Yeah, okay, good fold, tough spot, annoying board. It's like the board.
You know, and this is one of the things where, like,
lose the max.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, on the river, 2 people flip over random hands and you have the best, but there's just no way. Like, almost every time that's a losing proposition to be involved right there. You know, it just is.
Yep. And I'm still going with my prediction of Anthony having something like 2 kings, and he let out on the flop because he wasn't ready to just check and give up. But he's gotten the message loud and clear now that his 2 kings, 2 jacks, whatever, are not good.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to see it go that many ways to the flop, and he is not in love with it right here.
Maybe not. You know, if he's burning time banks here,
Does he have? Is there a world where he has the other ace here? I mean, is this actually a thing?
same hand, ace queen, case ace. He hates it. Yep, see ya.
Joe.
A healthy pot for Joe with the old ace queen.
I must have the best hand, he says.
I said,
Classic Joe statement. If you can't call, I must have the best hand. And ace queen, your favorite hand, back at it again here. It's time for Anthony. Ebony comes in for the raise. 3-bet, 4-bet. It's going to shrink up real quick. Ebony says, just kidding, from the dealer button.
You call.
Roger.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, wow, a wee wow. Let there be blood. So backdoor diamonds along with the nut Broadway straight for Fabian. Top pair with the best monster kicker out there, as well as straight draw potential for Anthony. There will be blood. There will be blood.
Do you guys see why I hate ace queen? Do you see?
Oh, look at that. They just put it out there for an example for you to just tell everybody why it's such a bad hand.
Oh man,
It's very
really
nice of them to
unlucky.
put that out there.
Yeah, thank you guys.
This is what happens when you play ace queen.
Maybe I can do some sort of scared straight course for poker players, you know, where I get up there in my
Oh
prison
my
mic
God.
outfit and I just scream at them.
Good luck, drill sergeant for anti-ace queen hands.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great, I love this raise. Instead of like, I flopped the nuts and there's no flush draw or anything, just call. Fabian's
Yeah, no way.
deducing
This because it just
correctly.
puts
Yeah.
your opponent in the blender right here.
Yes, it does. And Anthony, of course, is not going anywhere just yet. That is
The
the two
deuce of pumpkins. Yeah, as you
Yep.
would say, my friend.
It had to be. And now we're going to see a lead from Fabian. He's not going to check after it. Check raising. Now the question is, how much do we bet? Already hefty pot.
Calls.
You have to wonder what Anthony thinks Fabian has. Another
Right?
another
I mean,
total
you-
banana.
Well, you got to think, right? Okay, so Fabian, I'm putting him on. Is he ever have? I mean, what, ace 10, ace jack? You're still just
Right.
crushed right now, right?
Right. Fabian is in the enviable position of just wondering how much to bet. What's the max I can extract? I'm going to guess he's going to go something like 44, 4,600. Try and get close to a pot size bet. He's probably got Anthony on basically exactly what he has.
Building.
And he actually just
Ooh.
shoves. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Fabian only has 1650 left. Sorry, I didn't see that. And now what do you do if you're Anthony? You just bet like a fourth pot.
Like, am I really going to pay him off right here? Like, I don't want to.
Right. Right.
And right here, this is always my situation now. And also breaks, getting ready. Players are getting up. It's like, this is always my spot. I'm in this spot the last hand before break every time, and I just hate it.
Everyone else is like milling about the room, and you're just sitting
Yeah,
there
and you're like,
agonizing.
this is for my tournament. Yeah, my tournament life. Like, I'm just like, why I'm in this huge pot, and like, life is rough right now.
So this
And
is
obviously, I mean, what's Anthony going to do? Fold down? Do 6? I mean, what changed?
18. And sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just sitting there thinking like, I guess I'm gonna call yuck. I don't know.
I just have to give my opponent a double up. I literally, I can't think of a hand that Fabian would have here that Anthony's beating.
Right,
He's
and that's the
going crazy
problem.
with King King representing the nuts. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, what is he going hard with Jack Queen, Jack King, just like a pair and a straight draw and like miss? Like, I don't think so, dude.
Right. Right. Well, it doesn't feel like that.
He's like, I'm trying to complete the hand I'm on. I'm in the tank right now.
Wow, he does fold. Yep. Rough spot. He did save himself.
Yeah.
The 16 and change right there on the river.
Yeah, and I guess he just said, you know what, it's time to just go on break. It's time to reset, do our thing.
Good fold.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. And by back, I mean the cage with all the action. Now, we did see a sexy feature table earlier, of course, featuring players like Ebony, Joe, of course, the one and only Phil Nagy. And now we have a fresh lineup for you. Check it out. Jason Sims, Moneymaker, Camilo, Matt, and Anna Marquez as well at the table along with Zenny. So it is going to be a good time here. Blinds have increased. They are up. Blinds now 25 and 50 still with a 5 ante. Justin Kelly alongside Scott Moskowitz. And you know what? We saw a decent amount of action the first blind round here in day one. And something tells me now with 25-50 in the works, we're going to see even more. All right, Anna Marquez now in the small with some kings up against, wow, some sixes, some king 10, some ace jack, some eights. Wow, holy wow, that's how you start the freaking second round here.
Well, we had
I said Anna. I already said Anna didn't like to fold, right? I already said Anna didn't like to fold. Now she really doesn't like to fold.
4 pass, sit 5 pass. All in and call.
Wow.
Ooh, all in call.
Wow. All in and call, easy game.
Anna
Well, maybe easy game. We'll see.
She started.
She's on the shorter end. Yeah, 1600
yeah.
It looks like.
Okay.
All right, Chris is going to try to run her down with an ace.
Oh god, the ace from space. Ooh, Jack for a sweat already. Oh
Hey,
no!
So unlucky.
Look at Anna
And
just looking at him.
Well, that was
Now, there's
a
only one
full-blown
king left in the
scold.
deck, too, because we did see somebody else folding king 10, right? So it is going to be a one-outer. Can she find a way? God, the one-outer king. If we only knew. Can she find it? Wow. God, right off the bat, GG's Anna. Now, I don't know if she was in for the full 10 or she does have a rebuy chip. We're going to find out here pretty shortly. Oh, it is a rebuy, so I don't think we're going to lose her. Okay, good.
I did like the full-blown scolding she gave him when that flop came out. She wagged her
Oh,
index
straight
finger
up.
at him.
God, the jack in the window, too, is already like, come on, he has enough outs to sweat. I don't need to worry about that, too, you know?
There could be some action unfolding in this hand.
Yeah, welcome to the table, Ryan. Just gets to watch shit hit the fan right here. And Zenny is going to find the spot. Ace-king all in. Moneymaker clearly mucked his ace-3 suited earlier. Ace-jack suited, maybe not so much. So let's get this through Matt, who I can't imagine Matt would be calling here for, what, a sixth of his stack with deuces, especially with somebody like Moneymaker behind him.
Well,
Call. Call.
Just kidding. Don't listen to me, buddy. Deuces never loses. Indeed, Matt going for the gold. And this is going to bring Chris in. So welcome to the party. Side pot underway. 3-way to a flop.
yeah,
The
now
ace
that
jack deuce
Chris
one
is,
time.
now that Chris is, likely going to call here, now Matt's in a position where he can't just let his pair attempt to hold. He has to look for a set.
No, exactly. And he already has to try to blow Chris off here.
That seems ambitious.
I know. Well, it depends what the board is here. It's sand. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
there is that. Wow.
So Chris does have
did
pieces,
call,
but it's
right?
not
He did.
top pair. Yeah, but look at that.
Wow,
All the
it's
deuces
Chris
in the world
gonna-
for Matt.
It goes check to Chris, and he bets. I think that's what's happening here.
Well, Zenny's
Sorry,
all
not
in,
check,
so
check,
Matt
just
would check to
check.
Chris, yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
And now this, we got a side pot action here. It does go check by Matt's set of deuces here. Moneymaker going to take a shot at it. And to the turn. Oh, God, this is just Disasterville for Chris. Wow. Ace is up for Chris
Horrible
against bottoms. I
card.
was just joking when I said ace jack deuce. Wow, what? Who listened to me? Why would you listen to me?
Sit 6 bet.
Chris going for value all day long. Here.
Oh, good Lord. This is brutal. And, Matt's like, look, there's no way, because any big pair, jacks, queens, aces, no way he has a bigger set. He's pretty much only fearing something like king 10, right? I mean,
Sit 4 raise all in.
Wow, Chris has got to be like, what just happened?
Wow.
Meanwhile, Zenny probably thought that was a great card for him on the turn, and he's drawing you a 10.
Dude, Zenny has no. Zenny's like, what just happened?
Chris is going to call.
Oh, wow.
Call.
Oh my God, Chris is going to hate this. Yep.
Wow, wow, wee wow.
This moneymaker is going to be looking for a jack or an ace. Man, it's thin. What a spot for these twos.
Gonna need it. Obviously, one of his aces in Zenny's
Deuces.
hand here, drawn pretty thin.
Do deuces never loses? Got to avoid a 10, a jack, or an ace.
Watch it'll be a queen board pair.
That is
Wow.
not it.
Look at that. That is insane. Aces up for both players against the set of deuces. And yes, I do declare deuces never loses. And what a pot from Matt. Plus 7,300 to his stack, pushing him up, approaching the 15K mark around 13.7, I believe. Wow.
That's really a hell of a spot, considering that we both thought
Dude.
initially he was just going to fold pre.
Damn. Wow, wow, wee wow. Yes, I thought he was folding the deuces pre. Moneymaker would continue, and life was going to carry on. But just kidding, I guess we could say to that. Holy jeez.
There's Anna waking up with a couple of nines.
500.
After
There it
Chris
is.
Raised her.
Call. Heads
And back to the Chris and Anna show.
Yeah. Quick call of the 3-bet by Chris, who's got to play out of position against her, and she's not going to like that flop very much with 2 nines.
check.
My God, where's the 9-ball one time to complete the gut shot and make us sad, huh?
We'll see it.
One time for the one
We'll
time?
probably get to the turn. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Chris is going to call here. You know,
Yeah.
so a bunch of paths to pick up this pot. Yep. 3 of pumpkins.
Yeah, 3 of absolute nothingness here.
Back. 700.
Money maker doing another doozy there on Anna. Ooh, wow. And again, the money maker and Matt party here.
And Chris, I'm pretty sure, is just calling the 3-bet. He's light, but you know he opened from under the gun. He doesn't want to seem like he was opening with air, and he's going to play in position post flop here with Matt, who's not going to love that flop. But of course, neither does Chris.
Yeah.
Bet 400.
That's going to be it, I think.
Chin mark?
Oh, Chris is getting crafty.
Oh, Chris is doing Chris things. He is tired of getting pushed around.
Yep, he's going to float and see if he can take it away later. Matt can't love that call.
No, you don't feel good. That obviously that turn brings in diamonds. There's the ace already out there. It does pair the board. Like, I mean,
And that check is what Chris wanted to see. And here we go.
exactly.
It's the bet.
And here we go. Here we go. I love it.
It's not a gigantic bet, but enough to make Matt pause. I don't know that this is going to do it. I think Chris might need to do another street.
Might need to find the double barrel here.
And obviously Matt's thinking, you know, his senses are tingling. You know, he can, it's like, you just have an ace here every time, you know. Of course, it's going to be tough, though, you know, because if Matt calls, and then, you know, he's going to open check every river that's not a queen. So he's going to have to do it again. He doesn't, forget it. He's just going to opt out now. And good play by Chris.
There we go. For sure, yeah. Because, I mean, you know Chris is going to, he's going to keep on the gas. He's going to go max pressure there
Black guys.
on the river for sure.
Yeah, he's either going to make his
Matt
flush.
never gets to showdown cheap ever there against Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that exactly. It's like, you know, and Chris is also going to make his hand some of the time. So it's you're either opting out now or you're sort of committed to just, you know, calling down, and it might get expensive. Uh-oh. Cold call from Ryan here?
Oh, wow. Could get a little spicy. Could get a lot spicy.
$900 re-raise.
He's not going to call. No, he's going to pop it.
5 pass, it's 6 pass.
And we see that obviously Anna's in great shape, but boy, that bet sucks when you're holding queens. You're like, oh God, did I really just get cooler?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, am I really going to run into this right here, you know?
Yeah.
Sit one call.
Yep, she says, let's see a board. And now if you're Ryan, that feels like ace queen suited, doesn't it? Doesn't feel like queen. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
That
That is a...
One check.
Yeah, and you know, maybe this board texture can actually help Ryan get a little bit of escape here, but yikes.
I would say so.
Heaven forbid if a 10 comes, it's just GG's, dude.
Sit 3 bet 500.
Small bet. What do I do with the nuts?
Yeah, basically, how do I extract max money here?
Well, 3 of pumpkins.
Sit one check. 10 seconds.
Ryan starting to use some of that shot clock now.
She checked him, right? So he's considering whether or not to bet?
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. Oh, did he just say all in?
He did.
Ay-ya. Yikesies. That's gonna hurt. That is gonna be a huge win for Anna here.
I wonder if he thought he was trying to... I wonder if that was a bluff. Is he trying to get her off of, like, ace-queen?
I don't
I wonder
know.
what he thought that was.
You're fine. 19. It's 2015.
So, Ryan not out.
2015.
No. He definitely had Anna covered, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think he was doing? But do you think he was turning it into a bluff? Like, that's not a value shot.
Well, the thing is, I mean, what are you trying to get to fold? I mean, any smaller pair you're already ahead of. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we'll find out on his vlog. Check it out, right, Apollo?
I guess, yeah, we will.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's one of those
hey,
ships that looks like... What's up?
Looks like what?
I was going to say, it's one of those ships, it looks like it would be, like, fun to check out, but then somehow I just get, like, just nailed by the water into, like, some rusty piece and impale myself. So it's good in theory, but I'll just stay away from it.
Now, what happened to Train? Did he bust? Yeah, he busted his leg in a shipwreck.
Yeah, exactly. Trains don't mix with salt water, dude.
5,000.
Nothing does.
So lots of 2-pair here. Yeah, lots of 2-pair here. That's very accurate. 2-pair here for Moneymaker, and obviously DePaulo's like, I mean, what am I going to do? Put in my last couple bucks.
9-7. You're going to have to show.
And he said, whatever. You're going to have to show. For DePaulo, he said, I don't want to take 360 into the next day. We're just going to do it. Oh, there it is. All right, they're going hand for hand here, going to end day 1. 4 more hands.
Including this one. 3 players.
Yeah, Ryan was just checking out there. He's like, wow, top set here for Jason. But again, nothing to get value from any of his opponents.
Exactly. Yeah, he's just got it. He's got the board locked.
He's got everything.
Sit 5 bet 300.
You know what it looks like? I feel like when Jason just casually tosses in a chip, he did that with the trip 8s board. He did that here when he had top set. So just world beware. If Jason just casually tosses in a chip, probably has it. Okay? I'm just putting that out there.
All right, that's it. Count them up.
Count those plaques. See how you're living your best life indeed. So, Scott, it's been great to be back with you, man. Another solid day in the books, my man.
Absolutely. It's been too long, and it's I got hit with that flashbang eraser from Men in Black. It's the whole last 3.5 years never happened, and we're back on the ACR streets.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Well, Scott, thank you so much for being here with me in the booth today. I appreciate you. We will have some more fun guest commentators over the next couple days. But until then, Justin Kelly for Scott Moskowitz. This is The Cage. This is ACR Poker. This is how we do it. And we'll see you soon.